tower just fell on the floor. Before that fell, I'm thinking in my head like the original High School Musical, the first final song, we're all in this together, but then the tower fell out on the ground. I don't know if that's related or not. The all for one mentality versus one for all, if you see it like that. Oh my goodness. I feel like what I'm thinking is maybe I'm thinking a lot of people feel like they need to do this next step alone, right? And whether that be because you don't trust anybody else, whether it because you don't want anyone to reap the benefits of whatever it is you obtain, or if it's just you're not good at working with people, you're not used to working with people, take it how you need to. There's this idea of kind of resisting your own wins by kind of like rejecting teamwork. Bro, it's hot. I'm gonna start these cards over. Too much from too many different directions. Let's be more focused. Yes, I feel like, what I just threw away, I think that was pretty symbolic, that I just kind of put the cards back, shuffled them again a little bit, and started pulling new, because sometimes you just have to scrap the old ways of doing things, and that may look like starting over in some regard, or maybe it's just, a new mindset taking root, and it feels like starting over because what was there before, it's trying to take over and keep its influence while being changed in the fear of not being needed anymore. I don't feel like maybe you don't see how easy it's gonna be to work as a team moving forward, but overall energies are changing amongst people, amongst cultures, amongst nature in certain ways, and a lot of that has been hidden for a long time, and a lot of illusions were capitalized on for a long time, so it just didn't seem like it made sense to work with people. It didn't mean anything to you to share credit, maybe. I think you were solo dolo, and that can mean a lot of things. I don't feel like it comes with a level of trust too, being able to work in a group, and about many different aspects and many different areas. I feel like you're a very like assertive type person, and you're a very leadership type mindset, and for you feel like that may clash with others, but I don't feel like you'll find that much longer. I don't feel like you'll find that in the future, ooh, little bug, that working together will be difficult. I feel like if you give it another try, or maybe try it from a different angle or mindset or perspective, that you might take off quicker than you thought. You know, if you always trust what happened yesterday to be true today, you will stay in this level of survival mode that really doesn't serve anybody other than day-to-day survival, right? That's the point of survival. When you get down to that point, you are only trying to survive, not thrive, right? Well, now you're going to see that working together, the truth of working together is meant to help people thrive. Like, yes, there's areas and places to do things by yourself. Yes, there's a time for being alone and a time for, you know, different, you know, ways of thinking about it. But when it comes to, you know, when the tower came out, you know, like that's a big, you know, a big task. It's a big task. It's asking a lot. And in order not to burn out, you know, the lesson here is to trust and to open up, you know. It may not be easy, and it may not be easy to ask yourself to meet a team, and not that you have to agree, but to be a part of it. Yes, I think you have isolated yourself for good reason. I think you have taken yourself out of situations that have no longer served you, that you realized that they did not serve you, that caused you to kind of maybe be alone, that kind of caused you to maybe kind of recluse a little bit, and that was good for a time. And I know I have said this before in other things, but in other videos, but things are on the move in many ways, more ways than just one, obviously, and more levels than we can even understand. So as we are a part of nature, we will flow with nature as nature flows, right? So before was a time to hang out by yourself and to learn yourself and to go within and to see what that looks like for you. But I feel like now, you know, it's time for the petals to fly open and for you to share what you've learned and maybe help others and use it to help others with others, you know, so that other people can benefit from your lessons and your stories and your anecdotes. You know, yeah, the tower just came out reversed. That is the way to avert disaster. That is the way to avoid loss in this new time. Teamwork, because it's like when you're seeing someone finish a marathon and they're so close and they fall right before the finish line, like a few feet, and people are just rushing past, you know, passing. But then there's that one or those two individuals that just stop their race. They're in the race too, and they stop the race for themselves. They detour their own path to help this other person across the finish line, because what it means is that teamwork will help us go the whole way. Where you have been alone this whole time, it's only gotten you to a certain degree. It's only put you to a certain level, and that's great, and that's dandy, and that's honorable, and that's valid. But what you need to know is it won't take you the whole way. Thank you. It will not take you the entire way. What will take you the entire way is just like this fly, you know, zooming around my car right now. What will take you the entire way is teamwork. because sometimes we just can't do it without them. Sometimes we need to link arms and walk through the finish line together, because that means more than to have all for one. Because at the end of the day, we're all one. So it really is one for all. That's how we will win. That's how we will all win, is together. Have a peaceful day.